I ran fiber through my wall and I used the wrong connector. So now I either rerun everything, which I really don't want to do, or I try to fix it with a splice. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to change a fiber connector the right way without rerunning the cable. So I just picked up the splicer off Amazon, and Jonard Tools actually sent me some tools to go with it. And these are snips, fiber strippers, and a belt holder. And it's all in one kit you can keep on your belt, so that way when you splice, you always get your most important tools right on you. And I use this exact kit every day at work, and I love it. So I really appreciate Jonard Tools sending these over. And Jonard Tools actually sent me 3 of these kits, so I'm going to be keeping 1, and I'll be giving 2 away to you guys. I'll talk more about that later in the video. And I'll also show you the difference between the main fiber cables, like SC APC, SC UPC, and also LC, because that's where a lot of people mess up when it comes to fiber. So first I'll show you what all comes with the splicer and the kit here. It comes with a light meter. You plug your fiber into the top and it tells you your light on it. This is very important because if your light's too high, it won't work. You get a fiber cleaver. This isn't the one that comes with the kit. This is a better one that I had. And what the fiber cleaver does is it gives you a nice clean cut so the machine can line up the fibers and weld them together. You get their strippers that they give you, and the ones Jonard sent me are way better than these, so these things are going in the trash. I added some alcohol wipes that are pre-soaked, but it does come with a little bottle. You can press down on it and fill it with alcohol and wet your wipe. It comes with a big bag of fiber heat shrink. You put these over the fiber splice, and then on the back it has a heater and it melts it over the splice to protect it. You get a carrying strap for the case, and then they give you a little kit here. It's got new electrodes in it. It has a brush and it looks like a knife in there. And here's the main part, the fusion splicer. I'm not going to try to pronounce that name. I'll have this and these Jonard kits linked down below in the description if you guys want to buy one for yourself. So a fusion splicer is pretty simple. You have the main parts in here. You lift up this door. It has a bunch of mirrors inside, and then in the center you have your 2 electrodes. And that's what the arc goes across to melt the fiber. Then after your fibers are melted together, up top here you have this door. You put the heat shrink over the splice, and then you put it in this little compartment here. The door shuts. Then it'll heat up your heat shrink and melt around the splice. And then of course you need your new fiber. In my case, I'm using SC APC, and SC is just the form factor, the type of plug, and then APC is angled polished connector. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me down below in the comments. And then on the front here, it has a little dust cap. You pull it off and never look directly into an end of a fiber unless you can see the other end, because it does shoot invisible light out at you and it could damage your eyes. But what we're going to do with this end is we're going to cut it, strip it, and then splice it on to the fiber that's already in the wall after we cut that end off. That way I'll have the right end on my fiber so I can use my media converter that I bought. And a media converter just converts the fiber to Ethernet, so you can use it on something like a laptop. So here's my jack in question. It goes from here downstairs to another room in my house. I wanted to run fiber instead of Ethernet just because I wanted to. I thought it'd be cool. But like I said, I bought the wrong media converters. So now I have to change out this end and this keystone inside the faceplate. And the keystone is what you call the little square piece on this faceplate. So we'll get this faceplate off and I'll show you what all I have to do. Alright, well, when I ran this fiber, I made sure I put some slack in the wall so I could pull out slack to have enough to cut this back and splice a new fiber on. And ideally, you want to have a jack where you can stick your splice in it to protect it. But if you don't want to change out your faceplate, if you know it's not going to move inside the wall, you could just shove the splice inside the wall. I won't recommend it. I would recommend buying a faceplate that sticks off the wall a little bit where you can stick your splice in there to protect it properly. So this is the cable with the wrong end on it. This is what you call an LC end, that is UPC, and UPC has a flat end. It doesn't have an angle like the green APC. And like I said, LC is just the form factor. This is just 2 LC cables linked together. So what I'm gonna have to do in this case is I'll cut off this LC end and then I'll strip it back with my tools that Jonard sent over. So now that you get the head cut off, what you do is you take your strippers. These are the ones that Jonard Tools sent over. And you want to do it in the very last hole there, the very top hole, and that'll get this black outer sheathing taken off. Now my cable that I had in my wall, you'd have 2 of these white fibers. I already went ahead and cut the other one flush with the end here because in my case, we only need 1 fiber because my media converter will do send and receive on different wavelengths of light. So it only needs 1 fiber. So you'll have the fiber, the white part here, and then you'll have this stranded Kevlar here. The same stuff that they put in bulletproof vests and your helmets, your ACHs in the Army. But now you just take your snips and you cut off that stranded Kevlar. And if you don't have really sharp snips like these from Jonard Tools, cutting this is a pain in the butt. Like I said, I use these every day at my work and I use them here at my house. I love them. They'll cut through just about anything. But now that we got the fiber exposed, you have to strip this part back. But before I do that, I'll get the splicer set up here and I'll show you how to put this in the splicer. So to strip this back, now that you get the fiber exposed, use the metal hole here on these strippers. And the key is to take really small bites. If you take too big of a bite, normally it likes to break, but in that case it didn't break. And then you want to strip back about 1.5 inches. I don't know if you can see the fiber on the end of there. And then once you get that white stripped off, use the very last hole there and you strip back the cladding. I don't know if you can see it there as I strip. You can see it gets left on the strippers. And then now, it's really hard to see, but there is fiber on the end of that. Then you want to take your wipe and you want to wipe it. And then you take your cleaver here. There's 2 grooves, one for the bigger fiber and then one for the smaller fiber. I think 900 micron and 250. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. You want to put it in the bigger groove and you want to stick it across those 2 black pads in there, the fiber. And then you put that little door down and then you close the top door. And then on the front here, there's a little button. You just press that button. And then now your fiber is cleaved, and on this cleaver, it stores all the fiber shards here on the end, so you don't have to worry about picking them up. So here is your fiber. You want to make sure you keep it really clean after you cleave it. And then inside here, you have 2 doors, one on the left, one on the right. And then inside there, those are your electrodes where it has the arc and it melts the fiber. So it's kind of hard to see, but there's blue pads there and they have a little notch. You can just barely see the notch on those blue pads. And then you want to stick it in just like that's too far. It's past the electrodes. You want to stick it in just on the edge of that blue pad, in between the electrodes and that blue pad. It's really hard to see, but it is in there on the right hand side there. But now you just do the same thing with the other cable here. I cut it in 2, and then now you have your SC APC end. So now you just do the same thing with this, strip it back. And also, you don't want to forget your heat shrink. On the end, it has a hole, and you just shove your fiber through the heat shrink. You don't want to forget the heat shrink. Ask me how I know. So you just put that down out of the way, and then we'll get this stripped back and laid down on the other side. So we got the other side stripped back. It's really hard to see. So now we got both fibers laid in there. You just take the door and shut it. And it shows us our loss. We have 0.01 loss. So now you take your heat shrink door, lift it up in the back, move your heat shrink over to the left here, as close as you can get it. Open your door, pull open your door, pull open your door. And you can see that the fiber is connected now. So you pull your heat shrink over the 2 fibers, and then you want to even in the heat shrink right in the middle. Then you take it and pull it taut. And on the right side, it has a little door. You just pull it down and then let it do its countdown. So the splice got done. Just take it, pull it out, and now we have a heat shrink fiber connection. And here's the other end of this left fiber, so we just splice this end on. And that's what it looks like. We have the fiber coming out of the wall. We stripped it back. We have the splice here, and then it goes over to the new end. And like I said, ideally you want to have a jack where you can protect the splice and put the splice in the jack, but I don't have that yet. I haven't ordered it, so I'm just gonna tuck it nice and neat in the wall. I don't recommend that. Don't do that, but that's what I'm doing here to get it working. So now we have our SC APC fiber come out of the wall. It's the right end that I need. You just take your dust cap off here. And then this is a fiber keystone. You can buy them off of Amazon, and it snaps into your faceplate. And I'll have everything that I've used down below in the description. So if you wanted to buy it, check out the links down below in the description. And there's a little notch right here. I don't know if you guys can see that notch. And then there's a notch on this connector. You just line up the two notches, press it in until you hear a click. And then on the top here, it says up. And then if you look on the back of your faceplate, it says up also. And now you have a fiber jack on your wall. And here's my media converter. It actually takes a SC UPC end. So you can get a patch cable with SC UPC and SC APC. And APC is the angled connector. There's a slight angle on the very end. So I'll plug that into the wall here. Never mix green and blue. APC and UPC, never mix them. The angles, this one's flat on the end and the green one's at an angle, and it'll give you all types of problems. Never do that. So now I can plug in my media converter and it converts it from fiber to Ethernet. So I got the right connector on my wall now, and now I can use my media converter. All right, and just like that, we're up and running. So just a quick recap. These are the three most fiber connections that I think you're gonna run into. SC APC, the green one, SC UPC, the blue one, and then LC, blue. APC has the angled end, UPC has the flat end, and LC is the smaller one that you'll normally see on switches or media converters. And yes, before anybody says it, I could have just used a UPC to UPC cable instead of using this one where it has UPC and APC on the same cable. But this works, and I wanted to show you a couple of different ways to make this happen. Now, if this is a permanent install for a client, I'd definitely use the UPC to UPC patch cable, blue to blue, and I would definitely use a jack that had a holder for the splice. I wanted to shove it in the wall like I did. Also, a big shout out to Jonard Tools for sending these out. I actually have mine on me right now. The belt clip really comes in handy. You can just take it off your belt and you have your snips and your fiber strippers all in one. So like I said earlier, they sent me 3. I'm gonna be keeping 1. I'll give the other 2 away. All you have to do is comment down below and tell me what you'd use it for. And I'll pick 2 of you and send these out to you. But if this helped you out, hit the like button. Don't leave it broken. Splice it. And if you want to see stuff like this, splicing, networking, all that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.